Hello and welcome to Moving Rabbit. I am Vikas Goyal, Company Secretary. In today's video, we will discuss the definitions of holding company, subsidiary company, government company, and concept of appointment of auditors by Comptroller and Auditor General of India. So first of all, let us have a look at the definition of the holding company. It has been defined under Section 2, subsection 46 of the Companies Act 2013, and it prescribes that in relation to one or more other companies means a company of which such companies are subsidiary companies. So this definition per se does not tell us specifically what companies are holding company, and we need to look at the definition of the subsidiary company to find out the same. Section 287 of the Companies Act 2013 defines subsidiary company. It prescribes that in which the holding company either controls the board of directors composition, and that control can be even through another subsidiary. Here the important point is that control means power to appoint or remove all or majority of the directors. So suppose there is a case in which some other company is just having the control to appoint or remove only 50% of the directors. That company should not be called as the holding company. So my point is that the other company should have the control to appoint or remove either all or majority of the directors. And second point is that in which the holding company exercises or controls more than half of the total voting power. Again, because the language used is more than half, so if some company is having just voting power of 50% will not be a holding company, and it needs to have more than half of the voting power in another company so that it could be called as holding company or the subsidiary company of that company which is holding the voting power in that company. And in this case also it can be either through own or through one or more subsidiary company or through another subsidiary company. The definition also prescribes that companies not to have more than two layers of subsidiary companies. However, this clause is exempt for the government companies. Moving on to the definition of the government company, which has been given under section 2 subsection 45. This defines that the government company means any company. The first point is in which not less than 51% of the paid up share capital is held by. So point to remember is that in case of a government company, the holding has to be at least 51%, and it has to be held by whom? It can be either through central government or one state government or more state governments, or it can be a combination of central government plus one state government or more than one state governments. So in either of the cases, that company will become a government company. And second point is if some company is a subsidiary of a government company, that company will also be called as government company. And what is the definition of subsidiary company? We have seen in the previous slide. One important change was brought in March 2020, wherein certain amendment was made in the definition, and it prescribed that if some company has issued DVR, so then voting power has to be considered in place of paid up share capital. So in case of a company where DVR have been issued, voting power has to be considered, not the paid up share capital. Now one important question comes out that why C&AG is appointing the auditors even in the companies which are not the government companies, or few people are believing that all the companies where Comptroller and Auditor General of India is appointing the auditors are the government company. But no, that's not the case. Why so? If we carefully read the language given in section 139 subsection 5, which is the governing section as far as appointment of auditors by Comptroller and Auditor General of India is concerned, it prescribes that C&AG would appoint the auditors in case of either a government company or any other company which is owned or controlled directly or indirectly by the central government or state government or governments or central plus state government. So we would observe that the language used in this particular section is covering the companies which are indirectly owned or controlled by the central and state government, unlike that language which is used in the definition of the government company. Because in the definition of government company we will see that no such word like indirectly has been used. So what I mean that in case of a government company, we need to see whether that at least 51% share capital is held by directly central government or state government or a combination of central government or state governments. I hope this video will be useful to you. Hope to meet you soon with some new video. Thank you.